Welcome in. Let me see if I can get Josh on here. Perfect. Showed up first time. Hey, Danny. Hello, Layla and Josh.
Hi.
We'll just let the room fill up a little bit and then we'll kind of go through what we're doing. So, welcome in, everybody. It is Wednesday, which means it is What You Want to Know Wednesday, where I interview other vinyl sellers on Whatnot. This is actually going to be my last interview until September. So, there will be no more Wednesdays after this until school goes back into session. Today, our guests, two of them, are Josh and Layla. Josh is Corpkid1978 on Whatnot. You can click his name up there and follow him. He has put up 3 things for a giveaway. So we will start one of those giveaways now. I will ask that question for sure. So the way we do things around here is we have 4 set questions that everybody answers. And then I have some other questions I ask everybody. We'll do a little quick fire round and then we'll take questions from you guys. So just to start off, I want to go ahead and let Josh and Layla talk and just tell us a little bit about what you've been doing on Whatnot. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, whatever you'd like to share.
Hello, everybody. So my name's Josh. This is Layla.
Hi.
My only child, and many people have said she is my mini-me. She just turned 11 last month. But we live in Northern Virginia, just right outside of D.C. I've born and raised here my whole life. And yeah, I've been into music for a very long time. I got into records when I inherited some from my mom. And, started slowly collecting. And I guess I hit a point one time because I had been a buyer and Whatnot for a while where I kind of looked around in my basement and I was like, yeah, you know what? I could probably thin this collection out. I don't need 3 copies of, Heart's Dreamboat Annie or something like that. So, and I've, know Stacy and other sellers on Whatnot. So I was like, bingo, let's do it. So I started selling. We've had, how many shows have we done? 4? We've done 3 together.
Yeah.
And when I did a 4th one last weekend, did my first raid train. Layla was up with her grandparents up in Pittsburgh. Yeah. But that's, you could tell, you can tell from the terrible towels, we're big Steeler fans. My wife and her family, they're from Pittsburgh. And I know one of the questions, Stacy, is your what is it? The musical opinion. My sports opinion is DC is a shit sports city. It's a fact. And it's just because there's no.
I know.
I've told Layla this because there's so many, people live in the city and around the city. You've got, all the government folks who are transients. You've got, the folks from other countries that are there. They're obviously you don't drive around here without going by and seeing somebody with what do they call the plates for the plates for like somebody comes over represent another country.
Like a diplomat? Diplomatic?
Yeah, yes. Diplomatic plates are very, very common to see around here. You've got all the military. So DC is not a good sports town.
It's a melting pot of all of the fans.
Exactly. And when I first started dating my wife, obviously way before Layla was a thought, went to Pittsburgh and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. All the teams are the same colors. Screw the Capitals, I agree. But Danny, I'm also we're Penguins fans though. But so that's my sports.
Your unpopular sports opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have about 1 minute and 20 seconds left in that giveaway. That is a free vinyl from Josh and Layla. But our first question that we ask every week is, what is your favorite vinyl in your collection? And I believe Josh and Layla are going to answer this separately.
Okay, Layla pulled hers.
You have to go first.
I have to go first?
Yeah, because I won the bet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I have a ton. So I have two quick ones I'll show you. The first one is, and I don't know if Nikki's in here. So the first one is, this is the test press for Dag Nasty's album, Live at Denko's. If any of you guys know, Dag Nasty was an artist on the Discord Records label, which is, based out of DC. This is a very pretty well-known. This album came out in '87 or '88. This is on one of 5 test presses. And I think it's cool. I got it from Nikki, who's up in Philly, and they recorded this thing like 45 minutes down the street from us. So
Cool.
I was like, yeah, I need to bring this back from DC. So for months, and I'm glad I got it. The other one I was going to show you was, because of vinyl, and because Layla and I have gone to a lot of conventions.
Congrats, Goldwing.
I got to meet one of my heroes a few years ago, obviously before he passed, but I got to meet Val Kilmer. And I got him to sign a copy of Batman Forever. And my favorite, now he wasn't the best Batman, but he had the best Batman line. And that was when he tells Alfred, "I'll get drive-through." And I had him write the line when he signed it, and he loved it. And he was super nice. Nice guy. But so those are, I guess, my two
It's pretty
favorites.
awesome.
So
And
Layla.
then my favorite is the Sabrina Carpenter Short and Sweet, because I like the way that she like it's like a sequence with like some of her songs, like Espresso, Please Please Please, and Taste. It's like a sequence that I like, and
It's like a trilogy.
yeah, it's a trilogy, and I like the songs on it, and I think that she does a really good job singing. So, and this
Awesome.
is my favorite album that she's.
That's one of my top albums too. What would you say is the most random vinyl in your collection?
You go.
Me go first?
Yes.
All right. So I got this from another seller on Whatnot. Henry Ford, I think you interviewed him. This is a 7-inch. This is called, and I'm sorry if you heard that noise. My wife's doing laundry. Can you guys read this? Sounds of the American Fast Food Restaurants. Now, the cool thing about this is it's only a 7-inch, it's only 45, but this is ambiance noise from various fast food restaurants around the United States. Like, they talk about KFC, and then you hear noise like you were sitting at a KFC. They talk about Jack in the Box, and then you hear noise like you were. Yeah, it's very random, Molly. I know. And like I was even listening to it again today, and I'm like, this thing is so stupid. I love it. And this is only like the first. Apparently they have like a second volume. But like, for instance, and you can't even tell that they're actually where they're supposed to be. Like, I guess in the Taco Bell one, you can kind of hear them ordering in the background, but it's just like, yeah, and the guy that introduces each of the locations plays it so straight. It's almost like he's like, like a reporter for like Dateline or 2020 or something. This is hilarious, and it was pretty inexpensive. It was only like $30, but I mean, it's so random. I love it.
That's now
And
our
then my
third
randomest
fast
one is
food
my Twisted
random vinyl.
My randomest one is Twisted Sister, because my 3rd grade teacher, her uncle was Dee Snider, so I kind of
so cool.
Yeah, and my dad taught me like showed me let me listen to all the Twisted Sister songs, and I really liked it. And so like I have like a lot of Twisted Sister now, so it's one of my, and it's very random, but
Very cool.
She was also Miss Snyder was also Layla's cheer coach last year.
Awesome.
And it was funny, like the first time, I met her and everything. She was like super cool, but what was funny was teachers did a parade where they went in their own cars and they drove all through the neighborhoods. Well, teachers don't make a lot of money. So there's like, teachers in like Hondas and, just regular cars. Well, here comes this lady in a Mercedes convertible driving by, and it was Miss Snyder driving it. And I turned to one of my neighbors, and I was like, "How the hell does she afford that?" And he was kind of like, "That's Miss Snyder." And I was like, "Okay, like Snyder, that's Dee Snyder's niece." And I was like, "The Dee Snyder?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my!" So then I started. I was like, "Layla, you gotta hear." But so Layla got into Twisted Sister because of her. So yeah. But
Very
she
cool
unfortunately she
story.
moved back to New York.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
she doesn't live
now
there anymore.
No, she moved back to New York.
in fifth when
But
I was in fifth grade.
but one of the things that was funny was, so she was from what, Long Island,
No.
and when she would do the cheerleading things, they had a fundraising thing where it was the staff of the Layla school versus the staff of another school in a volleyball game. And Miss Snyder was the cheerleading would teach these girls their various cheers they would do. Well, we're sitting there, and Miss Snyder, somebody says, "Hey, Miss Snyder's parents are here." So this is like Dee's brother and
Thank you, Dawn, for
whatever.
the raid.
And oh, thanks, Don. And what was funny was we're sitting there, and you look up in the stands, and I live in the suburbs of DC, so you're looking, and there's a guy with a black turtleneck, gold chain, and a sport coat. I turned to my wife, and I was like, "I'll bet $1,000 that's Dee's brother." She's like, "How do you know?" And I was like, "Come on." I was like, "He looks like he's from Long Island." And sure enough, Miss Steiner's like, "My parents are here," and the guy gets up and waves, and I was like, "You owe me $1,000." So yeah. All right.
Okay. What is an artist or band that you listen to that people would be surprised to hear?
You go first.
All right. I have seen. All right. I've been to a bunch of concerts. The band I've seen the most in concerts, Metallica. The person I have seen the second amount of times is Neil fucking Diamond.
Okay. Was not expecting that.
I love Neil Diamond. Now, a lot of it's the nostalgia factor, because when I was a kid, my stepdad, whenever we'd go on field trip, family trips, he would drive, and he had a cassette thing of like 30 Neil Diamond cassettes, and that's all we listened to was Neil Diamond. And yes, I started to get into it, like, in high school. One year I took my mother-in-law. I've seen Neil Diamond many times. I'm sad that he can no longer perform because he's dementia or something, where he said he can't remember his songs anymore. But I love Neil Diamond.
So it's crazy, but I really like Insane Clown Posse. You can see here. It's because of him, kind of. He introduced me to some of the songs, and then there was a YouTube like trend going on with Chop Chop Slide, and I just picked up to it, and then I just learned some of the song, and I was like, I like this song, Dad. Can you play this every time we go in the car? So now it's all we listen to in the car, and now I know every single word in the song. So
definitely did not expect that. And then what is, if you have any, your unpopular musical opinion? And then Nikki says hi and says Arjun likes ICP too.
Good.
Good.
You want to do yours first?
No, you do yours first.
So I was thinking about this. I mean, and this is I used to ask for unpopular opinion, but I need to have this said. I don't think this is unpopular. What drives me nuts is when people will say, fill in the blank, whatever sucks. Like, Neil Diamond sucks, or Kiss sucks. All right. You may not like them, and that's totally fine. There's a lot of people in this world. This world would be boring as hell if we all like the same things. That's why there's all this, this plethora of artists out there. So that drives me nuts. And so I'm totally fine. Like Stacey, when your former things, you said you don't like Metallica, you don't like Kiss. All right. Now, I would have a problem if you said Kiss sucks.
Yeah. And I wouldn't,
You know,
because they're all talented. It's just not my jam. Also, thank
Exactly.
you, Scott Echo Waves, for the raid.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't sit down and play, Taylor Swift. I'm not going to say Taylor Swift sucks. I think she's obviously very talented. She's a great businesswoman. I think she's a great role model for my daughter. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say, oh, she sucks. She doesn't. She's just, it's, I'm
Well, you
now I'm
can't
gonna listen to some.
profess your love for Taylor when you've already professed your love for Orod.
Yeah, you know what? I was gonna pull one of her albums, but like I figured everybody already knows that I have a thing for Olivia Rodrigo.
I think so.
Yeah, even Layla knows. Okay, sorry.
I agree with them because there are a couple of people who I know who always say like boys, especially in my grade, say Taylor Swift sucks. You might not like them, but like it doesn't mean she sucks. Like I like her, but like she doesn't suck. You just don't like her music. So
Right.
like
Everybody likes what they like,
Yeah.
and that should be allowed. Don't have to
Yeah.
cut people down for it.
yeah.
I think Taylor Swift has a quote about that where she says something like, "Don't ever." Yeah, bad news. It's the same for us grown up too. I was thinking it in my head. Those boys stay boys all their
True.
life.
True.
So I think Taylor Swift once said, "Don't like knock on something that makes someone else happy. Like why? Why would you do that? Why would you knock someone down because of something they like?" So
That's what he told me. Boys do say a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
He does.
I was a boy, so I know.
True.
for which one?
Yes. Never yuck someone's yum. That's what my
Yes.
teacher says. My teacher always says that. Like, that's his favorite quote he always says.
Sorry. Ryder is making me get him passwords for this game that he plays, and I have to Google them because I don't know what they are.
I don't know.
It's a bunch 6 zeros, dude. And go potty now.
No.
Yes.
Tell Ryder it's probably a Taylor Swift lyric.
Right. Okay. So, if you could be any vinyl variant, what would you be?
I have an answer. Do you know? So you had an Elton John album that had looked like it had diamonds in it. That's the variant I'd want to be. It's very showy, very flashy. Yeah. In fact, next time you do a show, I'm getting it from you because, like, yes.
Okay. I just thought of mine. Now I lost it. The Taylor Swift Taylor's version 1989.
Yeah, but what color?
What color?
The
Like what color? What would you look like as a record?
Yeah,
The blue one.
blue.
So you'd be
Yeah.
a blue record.
A blue one.
Okay.
With like
If you
the
could have
marble.
dinner with what?
Like, with the marble, like the
A
swirlies.
marbled blue. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be
those are
pretty. If you could have dinner with any artist who's no longer alive, who would it be? And same question for somebody who is alive.
Musical artist?
Mhm.
Wow.
Or the whole band.
I was going to say, I think it'd be fun to have dinner with Beethoven because I could just talk and it wouldn't bother him. You know, he could just, because he's deaf, right? Wasn't he deaf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a joke.
I don't know about undead or like dead, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know I don't.
Honestly,
It's too hard to pick.
Honestly, dead, I would pick Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Alive? That's hard.
Alive, I would pick either Taylor Swift, or if I couldn't choose one of them, I would choose Gracie Abrams,
There you
Okay.
go.
because she seems really nice.
Fair enough.
Or Chapel.
You got to pick one. Can you pick one?
Yeah, Chaperone probably.
Okay. I think that's a great choice.
One what?
I'm talking on here, buddy, not to you. Okay. Did you answer your alive, Josh?
Oh, maybe not. I know he's not the most popular person, but since I named my kid after one of his songs, maybe Eric Clapton. Just because, like, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Sorry. How many turntables do you have at home?
Actually, well, I don't have one now. We had two. One went kaput, and I was like, why do I even need two? So yeah, I just have the one.
And
but
what is it? Do you want to share?
It's a Audio Technica. I don't know what model or anything, but I mean it's nice because it's in my basement where all my records are. This is where I work. So and this is where when my wife's watching something, whatever, she banishes me to the basement, and so I have my records anyways. So yeah, it's
Nice.
perfect location. But the height I put it at was, I did it so that Layla wouldn't be able to reach it until she got old enough to handle a record.
Yeah.
So like, when she was a kid, she had like, Frozen and Mr. Rogers. No, I'm serious. That's why I did it. Have you ever noticed why I did that height?
Molly.
But I did that height because now that she's 11, although she's tall like I am, she can reach it now. She can put on a record on her own, and yeah.
Yeah, Ryder's going to be 7 next month, and he has, I think, like 35 vinyl in his collection already. So, okay. How many vinyl are in each of your personal collections?
Do you know, Layla?
No, I don't know how many I have.
Mine's easy because
I think I have 50, maybe 50 50. No, I'm thinking
you got at least 50.
Yeah, I think I have 50. 50 or more, something like that. Around 50.
Yeah, and I'm down a bit. I have 3,561 to be exact.
You keep them very well discogged.
Yes. Yes, because too many. Well, that's one of the reasons why I had so many multiples. Is like, I'm like, hey, I don't think I have this. And I get home, I'm like, oh crap, I do have it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I started to get very disciplined in putting stuff in Discogs and everything. And so like, and multiple times I'll be somewhere and I'm like, hey, I don't have this. I'm like, well, let me check. And I'll check and I'm like, wow, I do have it. I didn't, so yeah. And that's like one of the things that drives, some sellers, like, Nicky, when he has his box flips, I'll have to ask him to rerun something because he'll have something and I'll be like, wait, I got to look to see if I have that. Like, oh, no, I don't have that. I'm like, okay, rerun it,
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest genre in your collections?
Mine is probably pop. 100%.
Mine, I mean, technically rock and roll is a genre, but that's kind of a broad, vague genre. So if you want specific, mine would probably be soundtracks.
Okay.
Good
option.
I was, I was an English major in college. So I'm a writer now, so one of those few people that actually does what got my degree in, and I minored in film, and so I took classes. I remember I took a class called Music and Motion Pictures. Took a class in American theater, but I've always loved soundtracks, and I remember in the class, the professor, showed he showed the shower scene from Psycho, and then he showed it with and without the music, and kind of drive home the point that hey, musical scores in movies does add a lot and kind of bring a lot. And so I kind of started to study that, and so I love soundtracks. So I actually just looked. I have around like 350, 400 soundtracks. So yeah, probably that.
That's a lot. I like soundtracks because they're compilations, and so you get a lot of different variety. But I also took music and film in summer school and college, so I loved that class as well.
But see, yeah, but see, there's soundtracks where it's like, actual, music from the movie, and then there's like motion picture scores, like that's a lot of times if I'm working and I don't really want music, I won't put classical music on, but I'll put on like a motion picture score because it's background noise, but it's I mean, hell, sitting there listening to the Superman, score, by John Williams just is phenomenal.
I think one of the ones, maybe it was just a cinema class. It was the Citizen Kane. It was like a cinematography class, and I loved that too. Yeah, Molly loves her Jurassic Park.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, one of my biggest things, I have a box set that's about this big. That's all spaghetti westerns.
Oh wow!
Because I'm a huge fan of spaghetti westerns. So I adore that box set.
Okay. If you were on a deserted island with a working system, what is the one album you would bring and listen to for the rest of your life?
You think, Layla? Because I knew this question was coming, so I pulled it.
I know what it is.
What?
Because I've been stuck with it with Holly and Noel.
What?
Definitely 1989 by Taylor Swift. I've had to listen to it with my cousins, and I'm not sick. I'm not sick of it, so I could probably live with it. So without getting,
I could probably live with that too.
Yeah.
The one album I can listen to in any mood, any time of the day. Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On."
Good choice.
You listen to it, he made it, over 50 years ago. It's still relevant today about, assholes not knowing how to behave and get along with each other. I love that album. So that's the one album I would take.
Okay, so how did you come up with your screen name on Whatnot?
I love this story. Okay, so I was an English major in college, going to school. I started University of Tennessee. I was there for 3 years down in Knoxville. My mom and their family, they're from Tennessee. And then I started dating this girl, who I'm now been married to for 17 years. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I really like this girl. I'm kind of do something different. So I transferred back up here in Northern Virginia to a school called Georgia Mason University. Finished up there. And when I was at George Mason, oh, sweet. When I was at George Mason, I ended up getting a job, kind of working to help pay for tuition. And in this job, I was a receptionist, but I was a receptionist at a defense contractor, a company called Mantech. And I ended up, my senior year of college, I ended up working for the CEO/chairman/ founder of the company. So he ran the whole company, but it was about a 4,000 person company. He, for some reason, liked me, and he said, "Hey, listen," he's like, get your degree, and if you want, I'll give you a job here doing whatever. I didn't know. I had planned. I actually wanted to be a teacher. Then I looked at how much teachers make, and I looked at how much he was offering me. And I also looked at like all my friends graduating with all these student loans, and like, I can't find a job. But I'm like, all right, well, I'll work for him, see how it is. So I was 22 years old, working in the C-suite, working in the C-suite of this company. And the guy at the time, who was a kind of a dickhead, was the CFO. He one day referred to me as that corp kid, because I was, and I was like, all right, I heard it, but I was like, I kind of took it as like, all right, I'm going to take this as kind of like, a thing of pride. Yeah, I'm a young kid working, with a bunch of older folks, but, and so I ended up working for the guy for over 20 years. Did some fascinating stuff, very cool stuff with my job. But yeah, that's how the name came. They called me Corp Kid, and I just kind of stuck. And obviously I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not in my early 20s like I was, but I kind of just kept it because it's kind of been my thing. Yeah.
In 1978, clearly is, I'm guessing,
Birth
the
year.
year
Yep.
you were born. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Have you ever sold anything on Whatnot, off Whatnot, that you now regret selling?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Yes. I had the Vinyl Me Please Willie Nelson box set. I had some credits and whatever, and back when that place was still around, I ended up getting it pretty inexpensively, and I ended up flipping it a couple of years later. But I ended up selling it for a good price, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll let it go. And in fact, Layla, that's what's boxed up over there waiting to go. And now I'm like, damn it, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get another one because it's a really nice box set. But I also look at like how much I was able to get for it, and I'm like, yeah, but you know what? That kind of like helps me, say goodbye to it. But I'm like, if I ever down the road, if I'm like, damn it, I really, really need that back. I don't know how I'm going to get it back. So I'd say that's probably the one.
Yeah. I feel like, though, if you want something back, you can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got 26 people in here, 10 people in the giveaway. This is the second giveaway on Josh and Layla, so get in there. Got a few more questions about Whatnot, then we'll do our quick fire. What's your favorite part of being on Whatnot so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, cause like I like to see what people are into, cause I don't know how to describe it, but
Yeah, you like to see what different people like.
Yeah, and I
I've
like
discovered
to
a lot of new artists on Whatnot that way.
Yeah.
Janet wants to know, what grade are you in, Layla?
I was in 5th, now going into 6th grade.
And my favorite is, it's kind of the same thing, getting exposed to new artists, but it's also, there are some people that did really, really cool things. Like my first show was a freaking tragedy in the beginning, and Stacy, who was playing hooky from work, helped me get it off the ground. Plus, so, Layla, you can tell by my logo. So one of the other big things is Layla's a softball player. She's been playing for like 5 years. She plays travel softball. And I have, as of Monday, I'm now officially retired coaching her, but I coached her for a while, and that was our the kind of thing we did together.
Yeah.
But so she was always number 21 because of Roberto Clemente.
Yes.
And right field was his position. That's where we got the name Right Field Records. But out of the blue,
Congrats,
Esky,
hiked.
Awesome, sweet. Esky actually sent me a Roberto Clemente starting lineup figure with a little note, but hey, I remember your daughter saying blah blah blah, and I was just like, now that that's on top of like the notes I get from Dawn, the drawings I'll get from Nikki, but like I was just like, it was like the sweetest thing, that she remembered, and she was like, hey, this has been sitting on my shelf, but I think your daughter would love it. And I don't know, there's just
yeah, there's a lot of personal connections you make on Whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Does Layla know what's coming tomorrow?
Do I?
I don't think so.
What?
You were in class. And that's one of the other things too, is like, so Layla has now she takes online classes that Nikki's girlfriend teaches, and Layla's in the classes with Nikki's daughter. Yeah. And like the two of them will talk or whatever, and but it's funny, like a couple times, like Layla will start to say, she'd be like, so on Nikki's show, and Jenny's kind of like, let's that's really not really for kids.
Yeah. Right.
But no, she won't. Yeah, Stacy, no, I'll have her open it tomorrow when she gets it.
Okay.
Yeah. I was hoping it was going to come today so that she would have seen it before the show.
Yes.
But
Thank you, Danny. Yes. We don't want Stacy to spoil
no.
it, yes. Although
So
Layla hates surprises, so she knows she's going to ask me all night. What is it, Dad?
Yes, I
What is
will.
it? What is it, Daddy?
Yes.
we can play 20 questions the last 5 minutes of the show. Molly would like to know, Layla, is 1989 your favorite era, or do you have another one?
I have 1989 is not my favorite era. It's a tie between Torture the Poets Department or Lover, but if I had to pick one, it would be Lover because it has some very good songs. Like I love Lover, Cruel Summer, and You Need to Calm Down are like I can listen.
You know, I listened to Lover yesterday and was thinking about how underrated of one of her albums it is every time I hear it. And I shouldn't think that because I have the lyrics tattooed on my arm to one of the songs on that album. So
is that the one that has Cruel Summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Molly also would like to know, what do you think of Speak Now? That's her favorite era.
So I don't like.
Cover your ears, Molly.
I don't really like some of the songs on Speak Now, but I could listen to Enchanted now and then, but it has to be like if I'm in a good mood, I like to listen to it. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Whatnot has changed you in any way? I know you haven't been selling very long, but
kind of. It's made me. I kind of had some like stage fright and like I was nervous a lot, and now I feel like I can do that now, and I feel very like happy. So,
good.
Yeah, and it makes me excited to package up every order.
You are the only person who's ever gonna say it makes me excited to pack.
Yes, because I like writing. Like sometimes I'll write some thank you notes now and then, which I like doing because then it spreads kindness. So.
Yeah, I like writing thank you notes, and then we put confetti hearts in all of our packages. So I like doing that too. People get very surprised and happy when they pop out of their package. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch over to our quick fire round. So these are going to be like yes, no questions. So have you ever traveled abroad?
What's abroad mean?
Out of the country. I have. No. She has not.
Okay. Do you enjoy spicy food?
No.
Have you ever been skydiving? I'm guessing Layla has not. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Hot tea or iced tea?
That was the next question. Was if you said tea, I was going to say cold or hot.
No, tea. I'm a Southern boy. Tea, iced tea.
Sweet tea then.
No, I'm diabetic, so
okay.
I have to. I get my regular iced tea and I put in my fake Splenda or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like to dance?
Yes.
Have you ever been scuba diving?
No. He took a class.
I took scuba diving in college.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's cool. Are you a fan of horror movies?
Our final exam was, so this is at Tennessee where they have the Olympic diving pool. We had to go down however many feet it was, and we had to sit down there for 45 minutes with just on our oxygen and just sitting there. So that was like, you play a lot of games of rock, paper, scissors when you've got nothing to do for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Are you a fan of horror movies?
Love them.
I only wanted to how many? I only wanted to 7 or 8 minutes of Scream.
Okay.
Only 7 to 8 minutes.
She did watch Megan though. I let her watch that.
Yes, Megan. I don't mind.
But that seems like silly, scary. It's so funny. It's so scary. It's funny.
Yeah.
In
fact, I don't mind that.
I'm such a huge fan. In fact, when we were up in Pennsylvania, I went. If anybody's horror fans, Dawn of the Dead, which is a zombie movie released in 77, 78, by George Romero. It was filmed, the mall part was filmed in Monroeville Mall, which is right outside of Pittsburgh. In that mall, they have a store where they have the Living Dead Museum, where they have props and stuff from the movie and other George Romero movies. And I went there one day and I talked to the guy for like an hour at least, just because I loved the place. And yeah, in fact, I got a
hoodie.
So everybody knows that Pittsburgh is the zombie capital of the world.
Capital of the world. It's a good movie. It's a classic. Do you like sushi?
No. I've tried it once.
Do you karaoke?
Karaoke?
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Mine is Partying in the USA.
Miley Cyrus?
Yes. Because I had a sleepover and we did karaoke and we just sung that the whole entire time. Like no other song.
The one I've always tried to do, and they've always cut me off, is I'll get up to the mic and I'll just start going, "Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies." And then somebody will like cut me off, and I'm like, they won't let me finish the rest. So that's usually my go-to, but I've never been able to finish it.
Yeah. Do you like roller coasters?
So there's an amusement park that I go to every summer. And they have 2 roller coasters. One, it's called the Wild Mouse, and it takes like so many turns. I don't like it. But then there's another one called the Rolo Coaster, and it's very nice and it's wooden, and I like that one. But it depends what roller coasters, but most I won't go on.
There's actually a weird story. I actually have I don't know, it might be a phobia. I don't like any amusement park rides. There's an amusement park that's about an hour and a half south of here called King's Dominion. And my dad's side of the family are all alcoholics. My dad's uncle was a raging alcoholic his entire life. He was the town Otis. He was the mechanic at King's Dominion. And I remember as a kid, my mother would never let me go to King's Dominion. Like we'd have no, I was never allowed to go. And she would tell me why. And so like ever since I was a kid, I would look at one of those rides and I'd just sit there and I'd be like, imagine who repairs those, who fixes it just scares the shit out of me. And it always has my entire life. So I will not, I will go if Layla, my wife, goes, I'll hold their stuff and I'll sit on the, on the bench, but cannot pay me to get on one of those.
Yeah. It's kind of like fair rides. I don't really trust anything that folds up into a truck.
That's a good point too. And have you seen those people that run those things?
Yeah. I do work comp. So when I was an adjuster, not a supervisor, I handled claims for Funtainment. They were one of the traveling companies. So yeah. Okay. These are 1-word answers. What is your favorite color?
Orange.
Pink.
Dream car.
What's called? G-Wagon.
What?
G-Wagon.
G-Wagon. Mercedes.
Yeah.
Oh. But how do you know what a G-Wagon is?
I saw it when we were going up to Pennsylvania and I liked it. So then I looked up the name.
Okay. I want one of those electric Ford pickup trucks.
Go to pizza topping.
None.
Just cheese.
Mm-hmm.
When I do cheat and eat pizza, because it's a lot of carbs with the bread, I actually like jalapenos and pineapple.
Put some pepperoni on there. That's what I get is pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapeno.
I call it a crying Hawaiian. I love it.
Awesome. I like that. Do you have a bucket list item for the year?
Yes. And I completed it already, which was hit a home run.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. So Layla's going to a new school in the fall. Layla's also was accepted to a new travel softball team.
Yes.
which is the kid only turned 11 last month, and she just got accepted to a 12U team.
Awesome.
So it's yeah, making sure that I get through this year with my bank account still intact.
Favorite dessert?
Red velvet cake with no icing. Chef's kiss.
Baskin Robbins has no sugar added vanilla pineapple ice cream.
Interesting.
Phenomenal.
Morning or night?
Night.
Morning.
Favorite animal?
Chimpanzee.
Really?
Yes.
Snakes.
Favorite
He's
ice
crazy
cream
for
flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Again, the vanilla with pineapple. Oh, no
Okay.
sugar added. It's phenomenal.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
We have neither, but if I had to get one, I'd get a cat.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Summer.
Winter.
She might look like and be your mini me, but you have very opposite opinions.
No, I mean she does have a lot for my wife.
Ew, yeah.
I hate being hot.
Beach or mountain?
My theory is I can always put clothes on. It's
But you
hard
can only
to
take so
clothes
many
off.
off. I say the same
Yeah.
thing. Action movies or comedies?
Action movies.
Comedies.
Books or movies?
Movies.
Movies.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Sweet.
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Facebook.
I was not expecting a second Facebook. I was expecting an Instagram.
Whenever I get a hold of my dad's phone, I always go on Facebook. I always do.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. The world is scary enough.
Same, Molly, same. I was like, maybe Josh will say Facebook, but Layla's definitely not.
Molly,
Texting?
I'm kind of under 50. I'm 47, so I'm close. But I do. The only reason why I do it, and my wife doesn't even have an account. I'm only on it for my in-laws and my mom can see pictures of her, see what her granddaughter's up to.
Shark, I'd like you to talk about how posting photos and videos with captions only is confusing. Yeah, I don't even go on Facebook anymore unless I need to check on something with my neighborhood because we have a neighborhood group, or like everything I post on Instagram just goes to Facebook. So people think I'm on there, but I'm not. I never check it. Okay, texting or calling?
Texting.
Camping or hotel?
Hotel.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
YouTube.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Marvel or DC?
DC.
Which one has Superwoman and
That's DC.
which one has Superman?
Superman, DC.
Okay, then DC. Because I like
Indoor activities or outdoor activities?
indoor.
It depends what time. During the summer, indoor. Any other time other than the summer, outdoor.
Yeah, I agree with him.
What is the best concert you've ever been to and why?
Probably. So now, it's funny. Even though she's 11, she's been to a bunch of concerts.
Like over 10.
Probably 2001 Ozfest. Because it was like Deftones, you had Korn, you had Slipknot, you had Sabbath. I mean, that Linkin Park, that was just, it was phenomenal. Yeah, 2001 Ozfest.
I haven't been to a lot like that I want to go see because he kind of like fuses sometimes. But he tried to get Olivia Rodrigo tickets, so I'm fine with that. But probably Metallica, because that was because I didn't say for the full like of all of Metallica. But I like heard the openers, like what's the old band called?
Yeah, she didn't like Greta Van Fleet.
And
Okay.
I liked what is it called again? Ice Nine Kills.
She loved Ice Nine Kills.
Yes,
which
you
is
said that.
hilarious because I'm like, they're like super, yeah.
My best friend's favorite band is Ice Nine Kills, and her daughter is a year older than Layla, and she's been to see them now twice with them. They love it's like their whole family goes.
Now, when Layla was 4, we actually took her to see.
I thought that was gonna be your favorite concert because of me.
Yeah, that might be. That you know what? Yeah, let me do that. When we saw when Layla was 4 years old, my wife and I took her up to Pittsburgh to see Kiss, and I have a video of Layla singing along. Now we brought her the the headphones,
Yeah.
but I have a video, Layla 4 years old singing along.
Okay.
And it's adorable, And then Stacy, you saw the picture of Layla in the Kiss makeup,
Yeah, that was our first giveaway photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Layla's like, Dad, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
Do you have a worst concert experience?
JoJo Siwa.
She saw probably because it was very hot, and I almost passed out because of heat stroke.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Man, I'm sure I have, but like if I did, I would kind of put it out of my mind. I mean,
yeah.
Hell, even like when I saw Barry Manilow, I loved that show. No.
Are there any local artists that you like that you want to share?
Oh.
Well, first
American Jet Set.
Okay. Well, first I was going to say, basically take most of the artists from Discord Records, Minor Threat. Obviously, same guys, were in, most of those guys were in Fugazi. Dag Nasty. I mean, that's one of the cool things. There's a lot of really cool bands that have come from DC. There is also, though, there's a band based out of Baltimore called American Jet Set. And the boss that I was talking about that I worked for forever, his youngest daughter is dating the guitarist. And we've seen them a bunch in concert. But
we saw them
open up. What's that?
What kind of music?
Their influences are more like Sunset Strip, like 80s rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, Poison, Motley Crue-ish kind of, in fact, we saw them when, you know what? Worst concert. That reminds me. We saw them. They opened up for Kix. Remember the 80s band Kix? But it was the concert where the Kix drummer had a heart attack on stage.
Oh, wow.
And
that would probably be a pretty bad concert.
It was, and because people just thought, because he was kind of hunched over, and the good thing though was that the venue was very close to a hospital, and one of the tech guys at the venue is a part-time EMT.
Oh wow!
So like because I was talking to the band and they kind of got to know Kix because of that. They said, they told him that if that guy, that dude wasn't an EMT, the guy would have died on stage. But so that was a bad concert. When a guy almost dies in front of you. Yeah.
Do you have any concert plans for the rest of the year?
I do.
I don't. I thought we were gonna go see Ozzy Osbourne, but then something happened.
No, you wanted to see AC/DC.
Yes, I did. Not Ozzy Osbourne. AC/DC, yes.
There's, as I get older, it's very hard to get me to actually go into DC for a show. There is, I'll still do it. Like I saw a couple months ago, I went into DC to see Corinne. But there's a venue near us. It's an old movie theater, and they have either like cover bands that have or bands that haven't made it yet, or like bands that like maybe were popular 15, 20 years ago. So this fall, like I'm going to see Life of Agony. They're and there's somebody else we're going to go see there. But we and plus it's inexpensive. It takes us Layla and I 20 minutes to get there. So and it's also it's a lot. I trust going there than going into DC with her.
Yeah, concerts are getting so expensive these days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's and the thing, it's just and if they play in DC, they usually play this place that's in Chinatown, and there's not many parts of DC that are good parts, so I try to avoid it if I can.
Okay, guys, we are coming to the end part of the show. So I'm going to put up the last giveaway, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what Best Coast Music has coming up, and then I will throw it away to Josh and Layla to tell us anything else that they want to about themselves, and then about any shows that they have coming up. So last giveaway is up over there. This Saturday is the Ladies of Vinyl Raid Train 1-year anniversary. So it's the anniversary of the start of it. It's been going on for a whole year. So I will be in that train. I can't remember the time, but it's scheduled. Next week on the 27th is going to be thank you. 8 Eastern Saturday. On the 27th, there's going to be a 80s raid train. They are quick 30-minute shows. It's more of like a seller showcase, so we'll also be on that one. Only if you wear the bikini on camera, Sean. And then, like I said, this is going to be the last What You Want to Know Wednesday until school comes back into session. Then I personally am taking almost the whole month of August off of Whatnot. Danny might pop up here and there, but I'm going to give myself a break from selling. So that's kind of what we have going on. So then, Josh and Layla, let us know what you've got coming up.
So this Friday, we have our rap / hip hop show at 6 p.m. EST. And then we have Right Field Randomness the 25th at 6 p.m. EST too. So.
Yeah, and I think until we get our softball practice schedule, we're going to try to stick to doing shows Friday evening, because they usually don't schedule practice Friday evenings. But we wish you best of luck on getting away from this environment.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be in Canada for a week, and that goes over 2 of the Sundays that we stream. So that's like a whole 2 weeks out. So the week before, like Writer's birthday parties on a Sunday. So there's just a lot going on in August. So probably towards the end. Yes, my knee, Dawn. Next week I'm having surgery. But quick recovery, should be back on my knee within 2 days on light weight bearing. So shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So again, first, I just want to thank Josh and Layla for being here. Appreciate you guys for coming on and talking about your life and your likes. I always love having people on here. Again, I will restart these up in September. This one will be on YouTube if you missed any of it, unless Josh tells me I need to take it down because Layla's on it.
No,
Okay. So this will be on YouTube if you want to watch it. I'm still working on getting some of the other ones that didn't make it onto YouTube on there, but it's a very lengthy process. So yeah, we've got 2 minutes left. If you guys have any additional questions for Josh and Layla, you can put them in the chat. Otherwise, if Josh and Layla want to ask questions to the chat, they can do that too.
Well, I was going to say, one of the things that Layla's going to put in the boxes with the Givey records, show them. Layla started a new
hobby, making pot holders and coasters.
Yeah.
So I had to weave them, and then I had to take them off the loom. So it's one
Were
of my
you talking
favorite
about
things.
Tally-ho?
Tally-ho, exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Echo Scott asked. Those are so cute, Layla. I love them.
The Tally-ho Theater in Leesburg. It's really cool, Stacey. It's an old movie theater. So it's got the sloped and everything already, and they just converted it into this little small concert hall, and it's really cool.
Layla, what is your favorite song on Short and Sweet?
That's a hard one.
That's the name of the song?
No,
No.
that's the name of
Oh, I was going to say that sounds like a song that Olivia Rodrigo would sing to me.
That's what she said.
I just embarrassed her. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's Espresso.
Espresso. Okay.
Yes.
What's your favorite song on TTPD?
Ooh, Fortnite.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like the first singles. You like
Yes.
the singles that come out.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Can I also,
That was my okay. It was like, okay, interesting choice.
I also wanted to show this didn't make the cut, but one of my other favorite albums, one of my favorite movies of all time. I got the soundtrack autographed by all 4 members. It's Cool Runnings,
Oh, that's really cool. Congratulations, Dead Wax Days.
and Layla and I got to meet all 4 of the guys.
That's so cool.
They were
I
super
love that
awesome.
movie.
They all signed it by their actual characters from the bobsled.
Yeah.
But
Love it. That's so cool.
yeah, in fact, Layla was like, they even asked Layla, like, you didn't see this movie, and Layla was like, yeah, you're Senka, you have the egg, and yeah.
So I always let our guests pick who we're gonna raid. I don't know if you have another device there to look at who's running, or I can read you down a list. But you guys will get to pick who we go raid into.
Well, I'll let Layla pick. So I'm pulling it up now. All right, Layla, here is the vinyl records people.
Is Nikki on? I don't think he's on.
He was earlier. I think he rated into Dawn, because Dawn
Yeah.
did a show from the Berg.
Yeah, Eski's on.
All right, because she sent her the
Yeah.
the Roberto Clemente figure, Layla wants to rate into Eski Knows Vinyl.
So, guys, we're going to send you guys over to Eski Knows Vinyl. She's a great seller as well. I'm sure you all know her. But again, thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Josh and Layla, for being on. I will see you guys on Oops, I didn't put raid. That would help. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to raid. I will see you guys on Saturday. Hope you have a great summer and a great night. And we'll see you guys later.